Mirrors are a super powerful new feature inside of WorkFlowy that let your work exist in multiple places at the same time and always stay up to date. Let me show you just the basics of how it works, and then I'll show you exactly how I use it to make my life easier. The only thing you really need to know about mirrors is that any change you make to one, you make to all the mirrors. So for example, if I make a bullet here, I turn it into a mirror, and I paste it down here, and then I add a sub item, that's going to show up in the other mirrored item. So any change I make, for example, adding a tag or completing the sub item, is going to be reflected immediately. Now I'm going to show you a couple of quick examples of how I use mirrors. Here we have a shared bullet where the team and I like to keep everything together. I'm going to open up just the marketing board so you can see the different projects we have in progress. Next, I'll open up the Announce Mirrors project, and you can see that we have a couple of different items in here. What I like to do first is take the items that belong to me and mirror them into my personal projects bullet, which is up here. So what I'll do first is create a mirrors item. Next, I'll multi-select these and drag them. So I just hold Command, click on the ones that I want, and Shift, drag them into the mirrors project. Now I can close this and open this up. Now I'll assign them to myself. And there we go. And if I open the first one up, which is the video section, I can see there are a couple of different items I need to take care of. Let's say that today I want to handle all three of them. So what I can do is select these again, Shift, click, drag them into today, and then close this and open up the today bullet. So now I can tackle them one by one. Let's say that I want to start working on writing the script, specifically the intro. So let me go ahead and just copy that from a clipboard here. There we go. Next, I want to have team member Jay, please review this. And there we go. So once Jay reviews this and gives me the all okay, I'll be able to mark this as done. So let's do that right now. Done. So the power of mirrors really is in the fact that every change I've made up until now has been reflected across all the different mirrors. So let's check that out. If I close the today bullet, I go into the projects one, I can see that it's been tagged and has had the other changes that I've made updated. And if we go into the shared bullet where the team has everything, I can see that every change I've made, so let's open up the videos bullet. Every change I've made has been made across all the different mirrored bullets. So that gives us an incredible level of flexibility and allows us to create a ton of new structures. Basically, it doesn't really matter how you like to organize your stuff. Mirrors let you put it anywhere you want, as many places as you want, and you can be sure that it's always going to stay up to date and everyone's going to have the latest information. The last thing I'd like to show you are the 4 different ways we have of actually creating mirrors. The first way is to use the item menu, which are the 3 little dots next to each bullet. You just click on that and you click on mirror, and it's going to copy the mirror to your clipboard, so you can just paste that anywhere you want. You'll also notice that each of the little circles has turned into a diamond that lets us know that these bullets are mirror bullets. So that's the first way. The second way is to use the keyboard shortcut. On Mac, that is Command-Shift-M. On Windows, that is Alt-Shift-M. And again, copies it to your clipboard, so you can just paste it anywhere. The third way to do this is to use the inline method, which basically just means you type double parentheses. You get a prompt that says type the name, node to mirror, which just means type the name of the bullet. In this case, it's going to be the same one, super, and there we go. Once you find the one you want to mirror, you just press enter. So the final way to make a mirror is to shift-click drag. So basically, you click shift, you drag anywhere you want, and you've made a mirror. Now this is especially useful when you combine it with the left-hand sidebar. Let's say, for example, that we've got a lot of nesting going on, many layers down. Let's say that this is, I don't know, my to-do, for whatever reason, it's all the way down here, and that this document is much, much taller. So it's not very easy to just shift, click, and drag it all the way down if it's very tall. So what we can do is I can star this bullet that I want to mirror it to. And instead, I will open up the left-hand sidebar. So we've got it up here in our start section. Just shift, click, drag into the section that I want to. And now it's all the way down here and it's been mirrored perfectly. So that's all there is to mirrors. Finally, let's just go over a couple of quick details about deleting mirrors and sharing them. So let me go ahead and get rid of all this to make the example simpler. We'll make just bullet 1, and I'll go ahead and make a mirror. Okay, so we've got 2 mirrors here. So whenever you have just 2 mirrors and you delete any one of them, the remaining bullet is going to go back to being a regular bullet. So for example, I'm just going to delete this first one here. So the remaining one goes back to being a regular bullet. Now, if you have something inside of them, for example, just one item inside them, and you delete that, so in this case, I'll delete the mirror. What happens is the remaining bullet goes back to being a regular bullet and nothing changes inside of it, basically. You're kind of breaking the mirror relationship, but no changes are being made inside of the remaining bullet. Now, if you delete something inside of a mirror, so for example, this sub item, I just delete it. Of course, that's going to be updated and it's going to be deleted across all the other mirrors. So if you delete a mirror, you don't have to worry about accidentally deleting all the information. The remaining mirror is going to keep whatever information was in there. So if you happen to have more than two, so you've got a bunch of them, obviously they all have the same information inside. We'll go ahead and expand them all so you can see that. I'm just going to get rid of one randomly. The rest stay the same, so it doesn't really matter. Like I said, as long as you don't delete the last bullet, any remaining mirrors are going to keep the latest information. So I can go ahead and get rid of this one here, get rid of this one here, and it doesn't matter. The remaining ones are going to keep the latest information. It's only when you have two mirrors left and you delete one that you basically stop having a mirror relationship between the bullets and it goes back to being a regular mirror. So that's what you need to know about deleting. And when it comes to shared bullets, there's only two things you need to keep in mind. So basically, the first thing is you need to be the owner of the shared bullet. That's one. Need to be the owner, and you can only mirror from a shared bullet, not into one. So for example, let's say you have a shared bullet, you're the owner, you made that bullet, and you want to pull information from it to mirror it all over your WorkFlowy document. You can absolutely do that. What you can't do is first create a mirror and then put it inside of a shared bullet because of some permissions issues. So those are basically the only two things you need to keep in mind. And as long as you follow that, mirrors are going to work perfectly for you.